Hello, hello. Today we're going to be discussing the creative vision and the behind the scenes from the show The Mandalorian. I hope you enjoy the documentary and the interviews.
The show, to me, in the most basic storyline, is about a man who's been following a way of life and has that way of life sort of upended by the introduction of the baby. And it sort of changes his life, and I think he's reevaluating his priorities and what means something to him in his life in the world. So I think it's really sort of about a man discovering something about himself that he had never known until he met the child.
They all know what they are doing. They all have vision, and I think it's basically Jon Favreau's vision that guides the whole thing. And it's very, very pleasant to work on a set where everybody is focused and calm. Never a loud word. I've never heard a loud word. That's beautiful.
As I became a bit more of a student of filmmaking, I really began to appreciate the brilliance of Star Wars and what Lucas had created. And then I, of course, started to read more and the hero's journey and all those kinds of, books, and began to really appreciate Joe Campbell and what he was saying and understand a lot more. Then, for me, it became, wow. It was beyond being groundbreaking, Star Wars was. It was, in its own way, again, like a crack into some sort of other universe that I hadn't been exposed to, So it was pretty phenomenal, not only what it was at the time, but what it has become.
This new technology brings filmmaking back where it has been and where it should be. You can pick up a camera on your shoulder and do some sort of a choreography between your actors, and the parallaxes of the background will be organized. You see the set, and the actors see the set, and they sense it and they feel it. And this is fantastic. Filmmaking back where it should be.
Say George Lucas, and he created it. I don't think people give enough full value to what that means. I like to think I do, but I worked with him. So I've seen him create it. I've seen the person that comes up with the lines and the dialogue and understands Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker in a very deep level, because those characters are a part of him. And for my part, joining Lucasfilm, I always respected that.
In this case, since there's real things on the set, we have real cameras and real people. The sets are bigger than they were on Jungle Book, but it's essentially the same formula. And now, instead of having a green screen that you have to move around in light, which took forever, and that was really the frustration that led to these innovations, which was how could we do that without green screens next time? And so that led to, you have a green stage, you have pre-lit green areas that you could expose, and then it turned into these video walls where you could have green just behind the actor, and then interactive light, which we used on Jungle Book also for shadows and things on the characters, which we were inspired by, like Gravity, where they had all those video panels. So it's like we took all the technology that I've been messing around with from all those other projects and applying it to a very specific application that would work for this.
There are such universal themes in the Star Wars stories, and ironically, I think people feel that it, despite being fantasy, science fiction, it reflects the world we actually live in its inclusiveness and diversity and conflict.